Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to CarAudioFabrication. I'm currently working on making this down-firing custom subwoofer enclosure for a Ford F-150 that's going to SEMA. I need to get this upholstered. You guys saw the thumbnail of the video. Let's get right into it. I will mention really quick that I do have a full playlist for how I actually built everything so far, how I did the edge-lit LED lighting for this sponsor logo panel, and now, of course, this upholstery video. So if you want to see all of that, there's a link down in the video description for a playlist. Now, the number one thing that's really important for upholstery is planning. I don't want to just start wrapping this with the carpet and then find that there's not a good place for me to transition carpet. So what I want to do is think about how I'm going to wrap this. I know that I can do the entire front in one piece, but the problem is going to be when I start to pull that material over here, it's going to want to bunch up in this corner as I try to smooth it all out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to intentionally cut a relief cut in the wood that once I go to wrap this, I'll wrap the carpet over and then I'll cut it in that relief cut, and then I'll use a different piece of carpet here. That way I won't have any wrinkles. To make this relief cut, I'm going to be using this plunge router. A plunge router will, as you have may guessed, plunge down into the material with the bit here. This is a 3/16 inch wide bit, which is perfect for two thicknesses of carpet. The other important thing is that I'm going to need a guide bushing. I have this nice kit from Mobile Solutions that they sell. It has all the guide bushings along with some different size bits that you would need for doing this sort of thing that I'm about to do. And I've already loaded one of the bushings into my base. So let me show you what that's for. What these bushings are for is I've taken a couple of templates and I've stuck them to the top of this box using double-sided template tape. Imagine that this is attached to the router and the bit is sticking out through it. What it does is it will ride against this surface and it will perfectly create a groove in the wood. Simple enough, right? I'm just gonna do this half and then obviously I'll have to pull these off, switch them over to here and do the other half as well. So here it is, guys, the line completely made. Like I said, it goes around to the back. So this will be one piece of carpet here, and then the other piece will come here. We have this nice perfect transition that we can tuck the carpet into and cut. We'll obviously see a line there, but it's nice because it follows the exact geometry of the enclosure, so it looks like it was made to be. Let's do the upholstery process. I'm not going to show you every last little detail because honestly it's kind of monotonous, but just so you guys know, I'm using DAP Weldwood Lando top and trim adhesive. This is the 3M AccuSpray system. It's really nice because when I'm done, I can just throw away the tip and then clean the needle, and that's all I need to do to clean this. Getting the upholstery process underway, the important detail here with any contact adhesive is you have to apply it to both surfaces. So I'm applying it to the box and also applying it to the carpet. The other important detail is giving the adhesive time to dry before you try sticking the two pieces of material together. The adhesive should actually be dry to the touch, and then you know it's ready. On this insert on the front of the enclosure, I need to work that carpet down into the corner, and then I trim it away using a razor knife. And I do the same thing on that routed groove that we created earlier. I'm going to push the carpet down in and then carefully trim it away. Now, obviously, I want to make sure that I don't get any glue on that existing carpet, so I protect it with some painter's tape, lay down another layer of adhesive, and then using that same process, I'm going to apply the carpet, push it into the groove, and cut the excess away. Now, I want to show you guys some tricks for custom wrapping a vinyl insert, and I want to show you this subwoofer enclosure installed into the vehicle. But really quick, I want to say a thank you to our monthly channel sponsor, Crutchfield. If you're buying car audio gear online, you want to work with a company that has many different ways to contact them if you need help for your purchasing process or if you need support on the product during the install. You can see here on the Crutchfield website that we can give them a call. They have 4 advisors currently available. We can live chat, we can send an email, or we can even schedule a call in the future. Crutchfield has long been known for their stellar customer service, and they currently have some Black Friday deals going on. To learn more about Crutchfield and take advantage of a special offer for Car Audio Fabrication fans, you can check out the link here on screen, or down in the video description.
Let's get back on into the build. So I'm going to be using this gray upholstery vinyl that actually matches the interior of the vehicle. When wrapping with this type of material, it's really critical that you use a good amount of glue, especially on the tight corners of a piece that you'll be wrapping. I spray the wood insert first, which leaves a nice outline on my vinyl material. That way I know where I need to spray it on the actual material itself. That way I have coverage on both pieces. Once the glue is dried and I stick the two pieces together, I start with wrapping the outside and then trimming the excess material away. Now I'm not too concerned about getting rid of these wrinkles around the outside edge because it is going to be tucked into the carpet transition. You won't ever see that edge, and off camera I did end up cutting some of those parts away. In the meantime, I've sprayed the back of the panel and I'm now trimming away some of the excess on the inside here so that I can start to cut some relief cuts and work this material into the inside. If you haven't seen it yet, I definitely recommend going back and checking out the video where I created this precise cut on the back side of the panel to allow for the acrylic that is edge lit with LEDs to sit in place, and it also gives me a nice edge to trim all of these fingers away, which gives me this really nice looking inside edge. Now I can add the assembly of the LED lights, the acrylic, and the wiring into the insert. So now that I've got the upholstery wrapped up, pun intended, let's take a closer look at some of the details, and then we're going to get the subwoofers mounted and we're going to get this installed in the truck.
So let me boost up the settings here just so you can see the black carpet detail. It's easier to see in person, but right here we have this little accent piece adding some dimension. We've got our perfect carpet transition here, and then of course we have the holes where the woofers breathe out of.
And then we have the logo of the company here that owns the truck, along with the companies that are involved with the audio system. A few things left for me to do. I did add some polyfill to the inside of the enclosure, as this is a sealed enclosure. And after adding a precise amount of that into the enclosure, I secured the subwoofers into the box.
I'm gonna have the enclosure delivered over to Sounds Plus, the shop that did the whole install. Only thing I did was just this subwoofer enclosure. Let's head on over there. So here we are, guys. We are over at Sounds Plus at the shop. The guys are currently working on wrapping up the truck here. Right now, since we have that beauty panel on the front that has the edge-lit LED acrylic, they're working on tying it into the dome light so that way when you open the car doors, that logo will completely light up. So they're finishing it up here, and in a second, let's take an overall look at the vehicle and walk around and see what these guys did on it. Check it out, guys. So here is the finished subwoofer enclosure installed into the vehicle. Sounds Plus did a great job installing this, getting everything wired up. The amplifiers are actually behind the seat here. So this one is ran off a 750 watt mono amplifier from Rockford Fosgate. We can flip up the seats here. So here you can see the Sounds Plus guys, they came up with a nice little mounting system to go into this factory bracket. So this is solid, it's not going anywhere. It does light up when we open the doors. The power's off right now, just so you guys can see it a little bit better on camera. When it's lit up, it is bright, as you guys can see. So looking good. All right, so I'm here with my friend Marty of Sounds Plus, owner of Sounds Plus.
What's up, guys?
So we've pulled the truck, as you can see, around front here, and I'm recording this on my phone because my camera battery had just died. So hopefully the audio is good. I think we'll be good. All right, so first of all, there was a ton of lighting that you guys did on this car. Up in the front.
Right, we added some rigid lights to the front, tied it in with some the Switch Pros lighting relay, and we tied it in with some rear bumper lights as well. We also added some storage compartment lighting back in here. So we added, Rigid's got a whole line of compartment lighting, so this cabinet lights up at night so you can see what you're getting to.
Right, and so just so you guys know, so that since this is for Black Rifle Coffee, they have like a whole display that's going to go in here with some of their different coffee accessories. So just understand that this vehicle, it's done here, all the audio is done, but there's still a little bit more work for it to go on before it actually goes to SEMA. So I know what you guys want to hear about the most, though, is the audio system. There's audio up front and there's audio in back. So let's talk about what's going on in the cab first of all.
So we started with Rockford's DSR1, which is using the factory radio. It's a good signal source there. And then we tied it in with some Rockford Fosgate amplifiers.
Behind the seat.
Behind the seat, right, so it's totally hidden. So we started with Rockford Fosgate's 6.5-inch component system tucked behind these factory panels to keep a factory stealth look to it. We also did the same in the rear doors to add a little more bass to the system. Incorporated a custom subwoofer enclosure as well.
Yeah, where'd you get that?
Yeah, my good friends at CarAudioFabrication hooked us up with this one-off custom subwoofer enclosure.
Right on. It sounds good too.
Sounds really good.
It gets
Sounds
down.
really good.
Yeah, there's actually 3 different amplifiers. There's a 4-channel, which one runs all the interior speakers.
Correct, right.
And then there's a subwoofer amplifier, mono obviously, that runs the subwoofers under the seat. And then there's a 5-channel for what we're going to show you guys in the back.
Right, we got a party in the back as well. So we rounded this party out with Rockford Fosgate 8-inch marine cannons.
Oh man.
Oh man, yeah, big party in the back. Tied it in with Rockford's marine radio. So he's got rear radio, control this separately. No need to keep the truck on when you're in the back.
Right. These are awesome. These jam too. And it's cool because you can have a totally separate source going on here. These are driven with a 5-channel amplifier that's mounted into the vehicle. And then this is cool too. You guys didn't do this, but the truck has it, these truck vaults.
Truck vault.
They're gonna have, this is a piece of acrylic in here right now, but I think they're gonna have like all their coffee kind of displayed in here.
It's gonna be a full window display for all their different products.
Awesome. Super cool. So this truck ended up traveling to Las Vegas for the SEMA show in the Ford booth. I'm actually just now getting around to editing this content and releasing it. What's super exciting is this truck ended up winning a design award from Ford. So big congratulations to all the different companies and everyone involved in this project. I'm glad that I got to play a minor role in helping out Sounds Plus with that custom subwoofer enclosure, and I'm glad that you guys were able to come along for the ride. Guess what, my friends? I have another new build that is coming up. You're gonna wanna stay tuned for details on that one. So if you are new here, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. Don't forget, next time you are picking out or installing car audio gear, you can rely on the friendly folks over at Crutchfield. Learn more about them at the link here on screen or down in the video description. A special thanks to Ali, William, Marcos, Michael, Steve, Emmanuel, Jerry, and the rest of the Patreon membership team. A big thanks to all those guys for making these videos possible. As always, my friends, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.